I'm gonna pull a pistol out.
Where are you? Okay.
And I guess what I'll do is if my back is against this, I'll try to assess threats. This is kind of protecting me over here from some of this, but maybe look around.
You don't see anything obvious immediately, but you do have a good spot. And since I know where the shooters actually are, yes, you're in a very good spot. I will have a hard time hitting you.
Okay.
What about me?
So...
It's not your turn yet.
I guess that's it.
Okay.
I just want to...
Hunker down and be ready.
Be ready.
Yeah. What's everybody else doing?
I'm probably gonna have my rifle out, kind of pointing out this way, because this is from here is my weakest area. I'm gonna go shoot right here and hope to...
Like at building 4 and 5? All right, now as I said, you and Bosk are going to have a tactical advantage. So I don't think, well, we've kind of done this before. In Traveler, there is what is called a boon, which means you get an extra die and choose your 2 best ones, okay? So Vlad and Wesley both get to use a boon. So you are shooting, you said, like buildings 4 and 5? All right, give me a 2d6, in your case 3d6, because you got a boon. What do you want to add to it?
I got weapons.
Okay, which is a +2. All right, go ahead. Now throw out the lowest one.
Okay, 2 is the lowest. 6, 7, 8, 10, 12.
Okay, and you're shooting at 4, 5, huh? I am going to say, how many shots did you fire?
Once.
Once? I'm going to say nothing happened, so you now have 44 bullets. Bosk, you said you wanted to do some shooting.
Okay, I'm gonna fire 2 different shots at 2 different broken windows.
At 2 different what?
Different broken windows.
Okay, on building 9?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and now what are you adding to your roll?
Can I only do one?
1 skill and 1 attribute, but I don't think any attributes will apply here, so 1 skill.
I'll do combat.
Okay. So roll your 3 dice and toss out the lowest one. That would be the 1. Toss the 1. So 4 plus 2 is 6 plus what?
1.
For your combat?
Yeah,
so
7.
7. Let's see here. Yeah, and at building 9, do you remember what it is you're hiding behind there? G?
A pile of junk.
Okay. So how would that play out? You'd be back behind it, and then you're using a rifle?
Yeah.
So I guess you're kind of hid behind it, and then you turn around, pop, pop, like that. Okay. You missed. I mean, you didn't hit anything, so go ahead and subtract 2 bullets for your rifle.
So I have, so that's going to be
58, I assume.
Yeah.
However, after you fired, you thought you saw something move in building 10. But you're not sure because it was after you fired. So it could have been like a bullet ricocheted in there or something, but now you're a little suspicious about...
how big was it that I think that moved?
You don't know. You looked at 9, you fired, and something caught your eye. But when you look, you don't see anything.
What does building 10 look like?
Yeah, what does it look like?
Roll a 1d6. Ooh, it's tall. It is a 6th floor building. And yes, you thought you saw something move in a window on the 2nd floor. Okay? Everybody help me keep this straight now.
Okay.
So who else is going to act?
So can I use my intelligence/investigation to assess where I think people might be?
Sure. Give me an intelligence check. Yes.
2d6.
Uh-huh.
Okay. With my modifier, it's 11.
Oh, okay. You use some of that brain power of yours and say that what you heard, it would only make sense that when all the gunfire started going on, seems to you a logical conclusion that at least some of the sounds were originating from this end of the street, more on that side, like in the 5 and 6 area. Okay?
I could think that.
Okay.
That's just your assessment of the sounds that you heard. Okay?
Can I have another play?
Not yet.
Building.
Anybody else have any thoughts? Who's left? Just you? Is there something you'd like to do?
Kind of quickly assess building 2 and 3 to see if there's any movement.
Okay. So you're taking a few moments, you're observing at 2 and 3. You don't see any movement or anything. Which one are you? There next to Bart? Oh, okay. So what do you mean by assess? What are you doing?
Looking in windows or whatever.
So like this kind of a thing?
And looking at both of the buildings, seeing if there's anything in there.
Okay.
I'd be worried.
Yeah, you do not observe anything. You don't observe any movement. You don't hear anybody moving around, nothing like that.
Okay, then I want to move kind of back here.
Okay.
1, 2, like right there.
Actually, we're limited to 2 now. I gave you the 3.
Oh.
But yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
Okay.
So, let's see. I think it would make sense that a gunshot would ring out. Where's the, there it is. Ah, yeah. And when that sound goes off, Bosk, give me your 2d6 with your boon. That's the 3 dice. And you can add combat to that, okay? Ditch the lowest one. So that's a 10. Ooh,
11.
11. All right. So there went the gunshot. It pulled your attention to where the sound came from, but you didn't see anything. But the sound definitely came from right around building 10. But you were not hit.
Can I do something now?
Let's see. Not necessarily yet. Let me look. So why don't we see what Bardak would like to do first?
So there's 2 things that we think we know. We think there's somebody here
And there's definitely someone
and
here.
somebody there.
And also Mink is somewhere in this area.
So
He's just struggling.
So the thing that we could do, I feel like we need to take out the shooters. So what we could potentially do is I could, maybe Bosk could shoot at 10, I could shoot in the direction of 5 and 6, and Baranix could move 2 to get up to the building face, and he could start going into the buildings and going after people. Is that a bad plan?
Sounds like a suicide attack.
I think Baranix could take out who's ever in these buildings.
What about Hiram?
Well, we don't think anybody's around here. I mean, Hera could shoot also at 10. It's a long shot. But she wouldn't be able to shoot really at 5 or 6.
I can take care of 10 by myself.
So what you could even do is you could move here and shoot at 10. Hera could shoot at 10. I'll shoot at 5 or 6. Or maybe 5 in the 5 and 6. And Baranix could move here, and could he even enter into building 5?
Okay, fine. He can move. There is an open doorway on building 5. I will say that building 6 is blocked. There is not a doorway that you could get in.
I think we should try it.
Okay.
So I'm going to Then I'll fire at building 5.
You'll fire at building 5.
Do I have a shot at building 6 from where I am?
You're where? That one? I'll say that you've got a shot at building 6. The
Okay.
timer's about to pop, but we're gonna finish this turn
Alright,
first.
I'll fire 1 shot at building 5, 1 shot at building 6.
Okay.
So we can kind of, I think we should do this all at the same time, even if we're rolling.
Yeah, yep. What are you going to apply to this?
Probably
I guess.
combat.
Yeah, I don't know that intelligence would necessarily come into play this time. So yeah, combat. Oops, almost dropped my dice.
Okay, 10.
Okay, and you fired at building 5 and 6. You know what? You heard a sudden hollered profanity come from building 6 when you fired into it. So is that a hit? Was that a near miss? You just hear somebody yell something that you would ask, is that the mouth you kiss your mother with? Okay. So we do at least seem to have confirmation that there's a person over there.
But we can't get into the building.
Not into 6. Not into 6. I mean, well, there's not a doorway. So that's probably can't make it into the building.
So then,
Is that a call for explosives?
Well, you won't be able to make it over there in time anyway.
Yeah.
Only being able to move 2 spaces. So there's the first person's turn. Who's up next? Wait, who else is taking care of 5 and 6? Baronix?
Veronix,
So Baronix, why don't you do your thing?
you could also take, well, you should run while I shoot.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
That's the safest move, I think.
Okay, so he's heading for that door, but you know you have not made it in yet.
Okay.
So you made it to there. Are you going to shoot or anything?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I'll shoot with my rifle
Okay.
2 times.
So just 2 bullets, bam, bam.
Uh-huh.
Remember, you
Where
guys
are you
got
shooting?
burst mode. Because you could do a like that. It's up to you.
I'll use burst mode.
And do you want to fire burst mode twice?
Yeah.
Okay, so we could say that he goes running toward 5 and 6 like that as he's trying to make it into the doorway at 5. So that's 6 bullets. So that's 44 minus 6 would be 38. You have 38 bullets remaining. Did you subtract your bullets, Eric?
Yeah.
38.
You heard no sound or anything come from them. Certainly nobody dropped dead out of a window. See, there's another complication. I mean, if that profanity was you killing the guy and he slumped on the floor, you won't even know that he's dead until he doesn't shoot at you for a full 5 minutes. So, all right, Bosk and Hira.
So the window that I saw someone move, on the second floor, I'm gonna put my gun on burst mode, shoot at that window, and then move here.
Okay. Okay.
Roll 'em.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. And you said you're firing at 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, 13.
Wow. All right. Okay. Okay, here's what happened.
Bam.
You said you were going to fire then run, right?
Yes.
So you're not in motion. Okay. So here's what happened. And you said 2 burst shots?
Oh, 1 burst shot.
1 burst shot. Okay. As you came up from behind the rubble to make that shot, that was the exact moment that the guy thought he was going to pop up and make another shot. You unload those 3 bullets, and this guy who's got this long sniper rifle that he had just gone out to point at you, and he lands back on the ground. And he's up there in that building on what floor?
On the second floor.
Second floor. So there is a dude dead. If you want to
Yay.
lay a defeated chess piece in 10, that's fine.
You wanna do it?
I'll take that snap.
So I wonder how many people are still left. But it's now time for Hira.
So would it do any good to creep over to this guy to see if he's still alive.
Sure.
That's totally up to you.
Okay.
You should point your gun at him.
Yeah, I've got my gun out and I'm gonna move over closer. 1, 2, and pull on his leg and try to drag him over behind the car.
And try to drag him over behind the car. Okay, give me a strength check.
Oh. I'm like,
Succeed or fail,
wait a second.
10.
plus your strength.
And I've gotten 0.
Okay. All right. Yes, you successfully managed to drag him behind the car. So, Eric, if you would, do a little scooch in there.
Although I guess that's kind of 2 moves in one.
I'll allow it because it's creative.
So-
I like it.
So,
Yeah,
this?
yeah, I'm sure that's good enough.
That's a big guy.
Okay, so everybody got a turn, right?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna have to we're gonna take that bio break there because we're already at like 40 minutes, and we will go ahead and get the snacks and drinks. So yes, I ordered some coffee syrups off of Amazon. I've done it multiple times. I got the pure cane sugar because I guess at this point I'm too lazy to make my own sugar syrup anymore. And when I got it, it was 4 of the liter bottles. And it said coconut on the box. And I'm like, no, this can't be coconut. They wouldn't screw up that bad. It was coconut. So I'm like, what are we going to do with 4 liters of coconut syrup? And then as I was trying to think about what we would do for snacks and drinks, I was like, oh, ocean waters. When I was a kid, we used to go to these places that sold like vanilla Cokes and cherry Cokes before you could buy it in a bottle. And they also made ocean waters, and it was Sprite. We're using 7-Up with coconut syrup in it. Everybody give it a try. Oh, that takes me back. During the heat of the summertime, me and my little brother used to drink a couple of these every day down at the Heidi Ho in Alamogordo, or at the Sonic, or at the place at the mall. They're always best with crushed ice. But yes, so this is a piece of my summertime childhood. Anyway, oh, well, and of course the Puff Cheetos is always a favorite around here. So, where were we? Oh yes, she dragged dude behind the car there. And
Now it's the bad guy's turn.
it is now a bad guy's turn. You know what? I'm not going to make a habit of this, but I just had an idea. That 3rd floor window on building 6, guess who suddenly jumps out of it?
Bad guy?
Mink.
Mink jumps out of that window on 6, lands right here to everybody's surprise, and says, all right, that takes care of them. And he informs you that, yes, there was somebody in building 6, and he took care of him. Okay?
Wait, so everyone's dead?
Yeah, let's call it here. I really want to get us on to the actual meat of this game, so let's shortcut a few things. Let's say that Mink points his fist up at that window, jumps up there and tosses you out. You ready down there? And he tosses you out the sniper rifle. Okay, let's look at this sniper rifle. Because I think what's coming up next, if we get through that, we can get to the actual game, the full-blown game, and you guys are going to appreciate it. There's the sniper rifle. I need to share it. There's what your sniper rifle looks like. And it has
Whoa.
5 rounds in the magazine. By the way, that's a silencer on the end of it.
Nice.
You should take that.
So it's got a scope, it's got a silencer, and it has 5 rounds. But he said that that was it. There was no more bullets.
So you should write that down.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
sniper
you can take-
rifle,
You
5
gonna take
bullets.
the other stuff?
Well, let's one step at a time here. So you now have a sniper rifle with 5 rounds in it. Now, yes, there's that dude laying over there. And yes, he has a tactical vest with all the pockets and the submachine gun that's attached to it. I figured you guys would want to take a moment and decide who should get what.
I'll take the sniper. Unless, I'm not gonna take the sniper.
Okay, so you'd rather have the vest with the machine gun. Okay. Alright. Alright, we'll do it that way, at least for now. So, yes, you already got a look at the vest here. This is the boarding style submachine gun. Now, there is information about it, and most of it we are going to say is true.
There's a grenade launcher?
What? Oh, grenade. Oh yeah, I see that. Now I want the grenade launcher, but I also want the sniper. I think at least Wesley could keep it for now, and then maybe after all the fighting is done and everything,
Okay.
we should see who gets what. And also, what about the guy who was in 6? What gun does he have?
You asked Mink about it, and Mink said the guy got away and he let him. He said he's a coward, and he ran, so I let him go. Yep, hope he doesn't come back looking for you. Alright, so you have a sniper rifle. It has 5 rounds. By the way, it looks like it could only hold 6 or 7 rounds. Okay? Now, the boarding machine gun, it had a couple of clip options. What I'm saying is it has the top box magazine. Now, if everybody looks at the picture, you can see in the picture on the left that there's actually a long, slim box on top of it. That holds the rounds, okay? And there are 19 bullets in the submachine gun. And there are no grenades with it. But remember, the description also said that it can't hold multiple grenades. You load a grenade in and fire it. But no, there are no grenades in it. But it does have the clip to attach to the tactical vest. When the battle is over, Mink will say, you gotta get away from me here. The sounds will draw others. This would be a great place to bio break, but we did already. Blah, blah, blah. So we move on. Everybody hand me the chess pieces. And figure out again where you all are, what your configuration is. Eric, if you would please put Mink back where he originally started.
Okay, I think we should change our formation now,
Okay.
based on the weapons.